Hello and welcome back to TF1C, the Formula 1 chat. Today, we're here running through our W Series prediction for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's obviously the Formula 1 Hungarian Grand Prix weekend. We're starting off with W Series. We've got F3, F2 and F1 coming out after this. If you're into those series, look out for that as well. But W Series to start, we could brief synopsis of what happened in France.
Chadwick dominated.
I was going to say, they tried to stop Jamie Chadwick in her tracks by giving her a two-place grid penalty. Didn't work. She won quite comfortably, and she maintains her 100% record in the season. 125 points from a possible 125.
I wonder who's going to win this week. Should we get into it?
I have absolutely no idea, Harry.
I have no clue.
Right. Do you want to do your back 8 of your qualifying? Yes.
Yeah. 8 it's the usual, really. 18th, Juju Noda. 17th, Babicova. 16th, Abby Eaton. 15th, Buster Mantay. 14th is Sarah Moore. Emily De Hoyce in 13th. Chloe Chambers in 12th. And Jess Hawkins in 11th.
I think the big one to pull out there is Abby Eaton. Of course, qualified top 10 last time out in France. And off the line, she was in the air and then out of the race.
I don't know how she got there. I don't know how she got
She's put in a good lap, but... yeah, I don't know how well she'll get on this weekend. I think she could do decently. I don't think she'll be in, she could take pole, but I think she'll be in the top 10 again. My back 8, though, it's Buster Mantay at the back. De Hoyce occupies 17th. There's Noda and Babicova on 15th and 16th. Hawkins is 14th. Moore 13th. Chloe Chambers, of course, smashed into by Emily De Hoyce at France and out of the race. I've got her 12th here. And I've got Marti Garcia in 11th.
Okay, into the top 10.
10th, yes.
P10, I have Bruna Tomaselli. Not too much to say, really. She's just having an average season.
She's been overshadowed massively by Abby Pullen.
Yeah.
Has to be said. But it's not been a terrible season for Tomaselli. No. She looked better than she did last year. But then equally, because you always compare to your teammates, and she was teammates with Jamie Chadwick. Yeah. So, she was getting smoked. But she's done all right this year. Yeah. Pulling's definitely done a lot better. But then, to have Pulling and Chadwick, perhaps the two best female drivers as your teammates, very tough competition to compare to. I think 10th is a very decent result. At my P10th, we alluded to it earlier when we were talking about Abby Eaton. I've put her P10. I think she'll just about sneak into the top 10. Maybe she'll push for points on race day. There's a potential there.
P9, I have Marti Garcia. She qualified P4 in France. I've got her a little bit further down the order.
Bit harsh.
But I feel like everyone else ahead of her, I expect to go quicker. So it's not necessarily her dropping back.
Is it Marta or Belen that was 4th in France?
It was Marta because Belen was...
Isn't she?
No,
I was
Belen
going to say the Quantfury was up
Garcia
there.
Garcia was 5th. So Garcia was a bit of a drop back, but still not a bad lap.
Yeah, no, certainly not. P9, I've got a bit of a shock here. I've gone for Abby Pulling. Ooh. Paul Ricard was not a good weekend for Pulling or Powell. Both of them putting in very poor laps. And they were starting at 11th and 12th or something like that. And I've got another difficult qualifying session for Abby Pulling. I think she's going to be down in P9. Yes, we know Pulling's very good at cutting through and making overtakes. Will she in the race? I guess we'll see. But yeah, just another poor quali. Maybe just doesn't get the lap together. Hungaroring, I imagine, could be a bit of a problem with traffic.
Yeah.
Because it is just a ridiculous track.
It's dull.
It's just an oversized go-kart track. There's barely some of the areas on the track. It's impossible, I think, to go side by side, especially in the current series, the current F1 cars. Yeah, but Monaco's got obviously the heritage and the prestige. Yeah. Hungarian doesn't exactly have that, but it is well known for having debut wins. So could we see that in W Series? I guess we will see. Who do you have in P8?
P8, I have Fabian Volvend.
Interesting.
She's starting to pick up a bit more form and getting into the top 10 more on scoring points.
But spent all of last round just fighting with her teammate.
She did.
Her and Marti Garcia just side by side, and you've got them side by side on the grid. Do you think we can see more issues?
I don't know, but who knows? We'll see. But I think a decent result for Volvend.
Yeah, fair enough. My P8, Bites I'm going for massive underperformance for the drivers place 2nd and 3rd in the championship. Really helping out Jamie Chadwick there. I just think they could have poor weekends and then Chadwick could win again and pretty much seal the championship. Or at least be in a position where she could win it next time out in... Are they at Spa? No, I don't think they are this year. I know they were last year, but I'll have a look while you're doing your P7.
My P7 is Bites. So exactly what you said there. A bit of an underperformance from Bites, especially she took pole in Paul Ricard. She's going to drop back a bit and not have a good lap. I'll keep going to my P6 while you check.
Okay.
P6, I have Belen Garcia dropping back from P4 in Paul Ricard, but still a very good lap from Belen. We've seen that Quantfury looked pretty quick, so I think she'll be very happy with P6.
Yeah, fair enough. The next round is Singapore after this. So that'll be very interesting. Yeah, they're doing Singapore and then America, Mexico, finish off, I believe, at Abu Dhabi. Oh no, they finish off at Mexico with a doubleheader there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my P7 and 6 then, I've got Bruna Tomaselli in P7. You put her down in P10, I believe. Yeah. So pretty, similar-ish results. Yeah. And then P6, I've got Fabian Volvend. I've been impressed by Volvend this season at times. At others, she seems to lack consistency and pace, but I think she'll have some here. Yeah. And then on to your P5.
P5, I have Emma Kimmel. Very up and down season for Emma. Obviously, she led in Miami, then had a huge error and threw away the win. She's had chances. She's been up there at times. She's also been down the order at times. It's in a mixed bag, but a P5 with a decent quality result for her.
Fair enough. I've got to do my 4 and 5 because they relate quite closely. I've got the Quantfury pair of Marti and Belen Garcia. Marti 4th, Belen 5th. That plays into that means a lot later in the race.
I mean, Marti 4 is Raya Marti. So similar thing. She looks very quick.
Yeah, she looked really good last time out at Paul Ricard, and I think she'll be on the pace again this weekend. Had quite the up and down season. Seems to be one on the pace like Miami, and then nowhere near other tracks. And then obviously took a podium at Spain, so another podium at France. She's certainly becoming quite the handy driver. Yeah. On to your top 3 then. Do you want to rattle through them?
P3, I have Abby pulling, decent lap from recovery.
I went for another performance, but
then P2, I have Jamie Chadwick. P1,
right, your predictions are already disgraceful.
The reason I've done this
nonsensical.
Is Hungary last year was where I believe Powell took pole and she fought off Chadwick until the last few minutes of the race.
Interesting.
So we know Powell has pace around here.
So Jamie Chadwick is Jamie Chadwick. She's won 7 consecutive in the series. She won 5 in all 5 races this year.
A, it's his only pole, and B, if anyone's going to stop her, it's going to be Alice Powell.
I disagree. I think if anyone's going to stop her, it's going to be Pulling or Kimmel based on this season's performances. Or Vissa, maybe.
You're going to go top 3?
Oh yeah, my top 3 is Emma Kimmel 3rd, Alice Powell 2nd, and of course Jamie Chadwick taking pole. It just makes sense. I want to be right. It doesn't. The only way she'll be on pole is if they penalise her. So
right,
because she looked off the pace of Paul Ricard, and then she'd just go, "Oh, she's just pissed it." She's just won by about 9/10. Now, to be fair, she was kind of close to Vissa in 2nd.
All right. Okay, I'll do my back 8 into the race now.
Yes.
P18. I have a issue for Raya Marti. She's going to be very quick, starting P4, but I feel like she's got to get some wing damage that they can't repair that takes her out the race, and they decide just to pack it up and go home, or just some issue or something that means she cannot continue and forces her to retire.
Yeah, fair enough.
P17 then is Bustamante, 16th Juju Noda, 15th is Teresa Babichkova.
Normality is restored.
Yeah, Emily de Hoyst in P14, Sarah Moore P13. Bruna Tomaselli dropping down to P12. Abby Eaton from 16th getting all the way up to
just
11th.
Just missing out on those points paying positions. My P18 is Bustamante. Now I think she's actually going to have quite an impact on this race. Yeah. I think Jamie Chadwick will be coming up to lap her, and Bustamante will hold her up, because you can do that at Hungary. It is hard to get past back markers. I think she's going to back Chadwick into 2nd and 3rd, and she's going to be very angry at Bustamante. I think that could cause a bit of controversy. Then I have Emily de Hoyst in P17. She's not really going to do anything. I think she'll get up a few positions and then go for a move that's just not on, and then end up spinning and be nowhere near Bustamante still, because she's really, really far back apparently. I've never seen anyone get lapped in W Series, at least for a while. I know last season we had it a few times, but and then I've got Babichkova at 16th. Jess Hawkins, very poor race for her in P15. Chambers also really struggling in P14. They have Juju Noda 13th, Eaton 12th, and then Belen Garcia. I put her to qualify 5th. Now what's going to happen is the Quantfuries going into, I believe it is turn 5. The tight left-hander. So you have the wiggly first sector, and that's how they turn.
2, 3, 4.
Love that track drawing, yeah. Brilliant. And I think they'll come together. Marti will drop back a few positions and Bella Garcia will have a more substantial damage and won't be able to really recover it and will be outside of the points.
So
that takes me up to P10.
Getting into P10 then and taking 1 point, I've got Jess Hawkins. Qualifying P11, she gains 1.
We've both gone for relatively poor performances for Hawkins.
Bit of a nothing race for her.
But then I've gone for Bruna Tomaselli. I had her qualify P7, but she's dropped back in the race to P10. Still a point though.
Yeah. P9, I've got Chloe Chambers. 2 points for the American in the generating, and I think her team will be very happy with that. Yeah,
it was unfortunate last weekend to be caught out by the Siren. Not having brakes. And then P9, I have Fabian Volvend. Fine weekend. I mean, I had a qualifying on P6. I think she'll be a little bit aggrieved that she's so low, but with drivers of the calibre of Abby Pulling and Bites Kavissa cutting through, I think that could be what drops Tomaselli and Volvend a few positions there.
P8, I have Fabian Volvend holding her grid position again. Yeah, just a bit of a fine race for her.
Yeah, fair enough. My P8 is Sarah Moore. Huge points for Sarah Moore, who hasn't really shown much pace this season. I think she has got points on the board though, but she's not exactly challenging Jamie Chadwick. So it's been a messy season. I think though she'll have a really good race here. P7.
P7, I have Marti Garcia gaining 2 from P9.
I also have Marti Garcia 7.
Decent race from her, decent recovery, good few points. You've got her P7 as well, so
P6.
My P6 is Bites Kavissa. Gaining 1 from P7, not a great race for
no, she's second in the championship if you want.
Yeah,
well,
I think
second off. That is second now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
After Pulling's
I think she'll be a bit disappointed with P6.
Yeah, well, I had Marta Garcia in 7th, and in 6th I've got Marti, Nerea Marti. Very decent result for her. Obviously, after the incident, she'll be a little bit annoyed because they were running 4th and 5th, the Quantfuries, and then, I mean, it's probably Marty's fault, I reckon, if she's the one that's come off with less damage. But yeah, I mean, the team principal of Quantfury
won't be happy.
No, won't be buzzing. I don't know if there is one.
It might not be.
Maybe the owner of the actual business, Quantfury, will be furious. Yeah. On to the top 5 then.
P5, I have Emma Kimmel, decent points for her. Good recovery after a few up and down weekends recently. I think she'll be happy with that.
Yeah. My P5 is Abby Pulling. Cutting through from P9, I put her on the grid. Yeah, P9. Decent result to get up to P5. Take home 10 points. You're still losing out to championship rivals, but you've recovered something. So decent there from Pulling.
P4, I have Belen Garcia. Gaining 2 from P6. Very good race for her. Just missing out on the podium.
Yeah, and my P4 is Bites Kavissa, just outside that podium. Very decent considering she was 8th, so similar to Pulling. They cut through together, I think. If Bites makes a move, Pulling's then going to be there right behind her. Yeah. So they'll kind of work together to make their way up the grid.
P3,
onto the podium
P3, I have my pole sitter Alice Powell dropping back to, which means Abby Pulling jumps up to P2, and lo and behold, Jamie Chadwick takes her 6th win this season.
Not a debut win for Bustamante.
8th in a row.
Maiden victory.
Dominates around the Hungarian.
Yeah, I've gone for quite a standard podium, but obviously there is going to be a little bit of action because Bustamante backing Chadwick up. Kimmel coming. We get a really exciting last 4-lap shootout between Chadwick, Kimmel and Powell, and Chadwick manages to hold him off, wins the race. Kimmel 2nd, Alice Powell 3rd. But I think we will have in store for a really exciting battle. I think actually Kimmel will probably get her into turn 1 and then go deep. And Jamie Chadwick switch back.
Will anyone
dreams
ever stop Jamie Chadwick this season?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't know of anyone on the grid that is good enough to beat Jamie Chadwick right now.
No.
So yeah, that's why Chadwick should be in F3, but she's not yet.
She will be hopefully
next year, indeed. That's all for W Series today, though. If you have enjoyed, make sure to get involved in the comments down below. Leave a like, and in the comments, tell us who you think is going to win the championship. And if you put anyone other than Jamie Chadwick, you're wrong. It's the sad truth of it. But yeah, get involved in the comments down below, all that kind of stuff. Give us your race winner. Who do you think is going to win this? And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. We have recently passed over 50 subscribers, so thank you everyone that is new and all the people that have been supporting us since we started in January. So very decent start of the year. Maybe, or hopefully, we can get to 100 by the end of the year. That'd be very, very nice. So if we could do that, appreciate it. So subscribe if you're new and you think our content's decent. But thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.